Hey DOT community, this is another episode of the DOT Aftershow with Zalon and Bo. How we doing, Bo?
Doing good, Zalon. How are you?
Not too bad, not too bad. So the devs, of course, have kept to their word of having their live streams on Wednesdays now, and
Yeah,
start.
they caught me a little off guard. I forgot it was Wednesday
Yep,
this week, or from
exactly.
now on, actually.
Well, yeah, and from now on. So unless the event starts on a Wednesday for a special reason, because sometimes we do have an extra day on certain events, we're always going to have at least this like a day ahead of time sneak peek of events that start on Thursdays, or
Yeah,
if it's a conquest starts on Friday or something
yeah.
like that. So.
Which will be nice. Which will be very nice because part of the problem is we have no clue until right before it starts. So
Mm-hmm.
most instances, it should give us a good 24 hours to kind of get players lined up in the alliances they want to be in for the event.
Correct.
I think that in and of itself is a good change.
Yes. Well, and of course, we're going to talk about the Ancient Arrows event here very shortly. And just so you know, we're going to run just a little bit of the stream in the background just to show off some of the things that are going to be coming up in the event, also the rewards as well. Besides from that, though, currently in game we have a pull event for Relics. I'm really not interested in it, so of course I haven't really made any
Yeah.
content on it specifically myself. So that's another reason why I don't got any gameplay in the background, but.
Ain't got no gameplay.
You got no gameplay. All right. So anyway, this ancient arrows is going to be, of course, a redo event for Tolland, and for Ladega, and also
Yeah.
for
Solzar, which I
and
don't
a
have
choose
one
your
and have never
ranger
had one, which
option
is
between Solzar and Edelus.
odd.
So there's
But
essentially four old rangers available in this event. Okay.
yeah,
Now, you should be getting. You have the opportunity to get three out of the four. So of course you will have to make your choice between Solzar and Edelus. I think I personally just off the bat will say that Edelus is going to be a little bit more sought after, being the fact that Yaluth is a lot better version of Solzar. But that's just my opinion. So um, we'll see what happens. Besides from that, of course, you are going to be able to use any boost relic in this event. So it is something that's going to be very popular as well, because I think a lot of people definitely have leftover boost relics. So, of course, let's talk about here. I'm just going to play this in the background, because
yeah,
basically what we're looking at here is, and we're going to go right over the event first, and then, of course, after that we have a few other things that they talked about as well. So, Tolland
and it's an alliance
returns.
event
Yeah,
with
correct.
with the wild card boost
Mm-hmm.
event relics. So you kind of expect the soul totals to be a little bit higher than normal, just because people will be using up their old relics.
Yeah, well, also the boosts, and we'll talk about that in a second as
Yeah,
well.
yeah.
But so Tolland is, of course, returning, and his skills are unchanged. There you go, right off the bat. Unchanged from what he used to be. So it's not like there's anything different or changed. I know some people may say, that doesn't excite me, because since he's the main Titan in the reward chain for milestones, I either have him already, or I'm not interested in Titans that aren't summoners. So of course there's going to be people saying that, but at the same time too, if you don't have any rangers, or at least you do have rangers but don't have ones that buff spearmen, this is the ranger for you. So of course there is the two regular spear and defensive skills, the two spearman defensive two, and then the one spearman defensive X skill, which is nice.
Right.
So,
Yep.
oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. What was I saying? I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Two spearman defensive two skills, one spearman X skill, but then there's the archer armor, piercing, and damage, which is a guarantee as well.
Yeah.
So,
Right.
sorry about that.
So spearmen and archers.
Correct. Correct. So, if you definitely want a nice good physical build, because I think at this point, being the fact that everyone has heavily concentrated on Earth resist recently because of Chronos, and Lightning resist due to Maidens and everything else, that physical resist may be the loophole that some people don't have on certain Titans, just because it has been kind of pushed to the wayside. So let's just look at it that way. Besides from that, of course, as we continue on in the dev live stream, we also have the some new relics joining us: the ancient crossbow, ancient sling, So that is also actually, you know what? Let's just make a quick note. There's the choose your ranger option here between Solzer and Daedalus. Mentioned it already. The token is going to be available at 15K. So like Bo was saying, being the fact that people do have their a lot of extra boost relics and stuff like that that have been left over, this is actually a little bit higher on the milestones. So
Yeah, because somebody might have a 4-star Book of the Dead that they've been holding on to because they were told to hang on to it.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know.
But this is a big thing right here is the new relics, the ancient crossbow and the ancient sling. Of course, we do also see Heartseeker and Nature's Call in there. Of course, I'm very excited about Nature's Call. Heartseeker, I already have 2 of them, and one of them is, of course, already on my Tolland that I currently have. The other one I'm not using, and I did get a third one a long time ago in just a random event, and I already fused one of them away, and I'll probably fuse this one. Nature's Call is not the one. Is the only relic that I don't have, along with these 2 new ones, the Ancient Crossbow and Ancient Sling.
Okay.
So yeah, I'm excited to get Nature's Call because I've definitely been wanting to grab that. But besides from that, these 2 new ones, the 2 new Ancient Crossbow and Sling, the Titan and Troop physical damage and Archer damage and Archer critical on the crossbow I really like that. Of course, especially being the fact that those percentages are so high for the Archer damage right there, and also giving Archer critical is huge. So, besides from that, also we have the sling with all troop damage, all armor piercing, and Archer armor piercing as well. So it's again very Archer oriented. And it's just very helpful. So these relics, of course, are, like I said, very. These also will be great on any kind of other Titans that also have Archer offensive guaranteed skills, such as a Kronos. I don't see why not. Because in certain cases where you're, of course, looking to be able to get up your critical on your archers, and obviously more damage, these relics could also be equipped to them as well. Also, to a Wukong wouldn't mind having some of those, either one of those 2 ancient relics as well. Besides from that, I'm sorry, Wukong can't do the crossbow because it's not physical damage off the beginning because Wukong is Earth. But, and same thing with Kronos. So really, the sling is more universal than the crossbow, of course. All right. Besides from that, let's see. We also have the boost titans for this event. Now, with the boost titans of this event, it's actually pretty tough. Because if you don't have a 3 or a 4-star berserker, you're SOL. So yeah, it does stink in that aspect. Because again, they're really looking at the players having extra boost relics to be able to participate. So 1.2 boost for all 4-star Berserker Titans, and 1.1 boost for 3-star Berserker Titans. So I hope you have a Berserker ready to rock. Let us know which one you plan on using in the event in the comments below. Besides, who you think you're going to be using, Bo?
Probably Cerberus.
Yeah, not a bad choice. Yeah. Not a bad choice whatsoever. Yeah. So, I'll probably be...
just to get the XP.
Exactly. I'll probably be bouncing back and forth between either Almorand, Thorhild, or Cerberus. Probably just for the XP on all 3 of them. Besides from that, though, of course, we do... Let's see what else. Oh, yeah, of course, the Temple Takeover is also got Skullgrim, Thorhild... Oop, hold on. What was that? It was, Skullgrim, Thorhild, Malkor, Halzir, and Solgar. So if you need a Berserker, there you go. They could change this around now. Now that there is a Berserker 2-star, they could make it so that the new 2-star Berserker is actually in there, and they can just give out Berserkers.
Yeah.
No matter what.
They could.
But they haven't changed that yet. We'll see. Let's see. other than that, of course, we talked about the boost relics and everything else. And the reward chain. Now, of course, the reward chain, if I remember correctly. Yeah, of course, they're showing off Tolland and all of his old skills. But with the new relics, making him a bit more OP. I'll tell you that. Now, of course, here is the choice between Edelus and Solzar with the token that you receive at 15k. I have a really nice Edelus myself, but who do you think you would choose between that Edelus or Solzar, Bo?
I'll take Solzar just because I don't have one. I got two Atlas.
Okay, there you go.
Probably just one Atlas at this point, but yeah, probably go with Solzar just because I don't have him. Never have had one for some reason. I don't really understand why that is because he's been around a bunch. Just haven't gotten him.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, here we go. And they go through the actual chain of actual rewards. So I want to pause it right there real quick. So here I'm just gonna show it. 7K is 4-star XP relic. So that's one of my first notable things on the whole chain. So of course 4-star XP relic. Yeah, for 7K. Now in overall, I'm gonna read off. We have 30. This is subject to change. Okay. But we have 3,100 gems, 500 divine gems, 350 portal stones, and 2 tokens. So, the 2 tokens to me is like very low. So again, they're expecting us to use old event relics in this event. Besides from that, though, too, we do have 8K. We have the new ancient sling, which doesn't seem bad either. So if your goal is either to get that 7K, you might be able to jump up to 8K and grab the new sling. Or if your goal is to get to Tolland, who is actually just a little bit farther down at 10K, then yeah, you would get the new ancient sling and Tolland and an epic and a 4-star XP relic, all for 10,000. 11,000, of course, you get
that's actually very reasonable for this. I mean, understand this is old Titans, so 10K, and then if you've got a 1.2 and you use up some old relics, you're probably looking at maybe 7K of actual souls that you need to grind out.
Yeah, and then of course you have
very doable.
Ancient crossbow at 11K and Nature's Call at 12K. So if you do want these relics, you either don't have Nature's Call yet or not, or would like a second version of it, you do have that available. And then of course 4-star Gilded Arc. Nothing special about that. It's the same 4-star Gilded Arc that's been out, but it's still nice to have because it is the all offensive Archer relic. So besides from that, Ranger token of 15K, and of course after that it is just the Heartseeker and Divine Gems. So to round out 500 DGs, at least they're giving out exact number of 500 DGs. So that's pretty much all I had to show with the dev live stream. I'll just let it run in the background. Besides from that, though, let's see. They talked about the design of relic that's going on right now. Of course, troop defense 1, so the health, the armor, all elemental resist. So we do have that first step all taken care of now. Of course, there's a lot of people that have been submitting their artwork for the second step, which is going to be all the artwork necessary. Gaming Jaeger did a really good stream on it. Yuki submitted something. I didn't see a video, but submitted something that I know of. Also, too, we had, who else was it? Oh, The Brain also did a really good video. I really like that on his submission. So I'm real happy that there's definitely some DOT YouTube creators as well as a lot of players that have been submitting their artwork. So, and they said it doesn't matter how good your artwork is, they just would like the ideas. So, yes. Besides from that, though, of course, we do have you also get 50k gems along with your, if your submission wins. More information about that is available on the blog post that the developers have put out. All events end at 7 a.m. GMT before season end. From now on. So just again, mention that. They also mentioned they also got over 20k responses to their conquest survey, which is pretty amazing. I was really happy about that. which means they have a lot to go through and to see what all the major points were. They're probably using like search algorithms to just find all the keywords that have been used. I'm sure not every single one of 20,000 is manually read. I'm sure that's some of the longer ones, of course, but a lot of the short response ones, I'm sure if people said the same thing over and over and over again, that's how they do it. But make leagues better again, they mentioned that as well. Because the Monument event was supposed to be the start of this, and the only reason they mentioned that at all was the fact that the higher leagues you were in, the more XP you got in the event. I will be putting out a very short and brief video on what I thought the Monument event was supposed to be, and what I had mentioned to the developers months ago about what I think a Monument event should be, and this is, of course, what we got, which was very disappointing. So I do have a video about that coming out very soon, so look forward to that. Also, they're going to do... Now, here is the things that are coming up. Well, actually, you know what, Bo?
What?
You let us know. What is coming up next week? I don't want to say everything.
Something called Spell Surge, which they said was similar to Troopcraft, but and it's going to be the shield spell, from what I understand. And so the radius is going to be bigger. Damage, it says damage increase, but that doesn't really apply. It's like it'll be able to take more damage.
Yeah.
But the duration will be decreased. So just a tweak to the shield spell there. I get a feeling that shield spells are not very widely used. And
no.
Maybe that's why they're doing the shield spell, to maybe get players to try them out and use them and figure out how to use them best. That's what I got for next week. And then they said Theaters of War.
Yeah, well, yeah, I also wrote over there, just go straight across, but Monday, and Kingdom Rush, which is, again, they have the ability to, what's it called, get more, 5 refreshes instead of just 3.
You can refresh your neutral lands 5 times, and then it's at a reduced cost. So that was pretty cool first day. The first time they did that. I don't know that that's anything like super game-changing, but... it might be helpful for some players. And then Tuesday and Wednesday, Theaters of War with Urcon, right?
Yeah. Now, I don't know if that means that the Urcon is going to be, like, the main, like, gold tier 2, like, that's who you're going up against, or if you're getting relics in the event for the Urcon event. Because they wouldn't discuss...
I'm not really sure.
They really didn't mention exactly, unless you heard differently.
Without actually saying specifically what it was.
Yeah.
Which, honestly, I'd almost rather not know anything than have these weird, like half truths, not half truths, but half details instead of just tell us what's going on.
Mm-hmm.
That's what we want to know. We want to know what's going on so we can plan our lives.
Yeah, that's right.
So we got that.
They also let's see. They also mentioned about
and then they talked about something happening week after next, which we all know is Zeus, even though they won't say that.
No, yeah, they won't.
Because, what else could it be at this point, right?
Well, yeah, because they already more or less said, when they showed off what's happening in March, of, his reign begins, so he's more or less coming, so...
Right, so everybody expects Zeus. Let's see, hang on, let me pull up calendar real quick, and let's see what that date is going to look like for March. Zeus, the week of March... What, 24th, you think?
Yeah, maybe.
It would be the last full week of March. So, if it's a normal weekend event, that would be the event starting on Thursday the 28th.
Okay.
I think. So...
All right, and they also mentioned...
You can trademark Zalon predict that if you want to.
Oh, we'll see. I haven't officially made any kind of exact predictions, but I said that most likely it's going to be in the very end of the month. I believe so, because, of course...
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
That totally makes sense.
But...
So, I do like the a little bit of notice that we're getting with these what's coming up calendars. I wish they would do more of that.
Yeah, exactly. Well, it's just it reminds me very much of the what's coming up next month on Netflix kind of videos that come out. So
Yeah,
that's what it makes me think of. Now, of course, here you get a nice shot of Dom's shirt, the Dawn of Titans crew shirt here in the bottom right.
Oh yeah, that was a pretty sweet shirt. Now,
Yeah.
when we move to the next phase of the Design a Relic challenge,
Mm-hmm.
I want everyone to vote for I want the relic to be called Matt's shirt. We need to make sure that the name of the relic is Matt's shirt, and someone do a drawing that looks like that dark blue with the little star things on it shirt that he did, and submit that, and maybe you'll win.
Yeah, maybe you'll win. We'll see. So, besides from that, we also have 1.1 or 1.31 in a couple weeks, they said, but it doesn't sound like there's a lot of things coming out in the 1.31 because they didn't really mention it as much as they mentioned all the things that are coming out in 1.32. Basically, they're going to have maidens on lands. They're trying to fix the suicide maidens from happening. A bunch of more things are coming in 1.32 as well, but it sounds like that's not going to be until after the Zeus event and until like more or less like next month. It sounds like 1.31 might be during the right before or during the Zeus event.
Zalon, we've started a trend, man. Like 3 people have released their live stream recap videos while we're making this one.
Are you serious? Oh wow, it's okay. But here we go. Also, they mentioned about making player profiles smaller so our relic storage can be made larger. I really like that.
There's some confusion there as about what they mean, and let's talk about that in detail for just a minute. It is nothing to do with storage on the servers. If you guys don't know, this game doesn't run on servers that are at natural motion. They run on servers in the Amazon cloud, okay? So it's not about upgrading hardware at their office. The player profile, when you log into the game, it pulls down your profile during that, initial logging in process. And what it's pulling down is all of the details about, your game, your castle, the titans you own, the relics you have, what relics are equipped to which titans, the level that those relics are, all the different pieces of information. And when you start talking about we want to increase storage space on the relics, what that does is that increases the amount of data that they have to pull down from the servers when you log in. And on some devices that do not have say older devices that have like a gig of RAM or less, then that amount of data can become so large that the device operating memory fills up and it crashes their game. So that's part of the technical issue that they're looking at how to solve. So it really has nothing to do with server space or the hardware that the game's running on in the cloud or anything of that nature. It really is the amount of data that you pull down when you log in so that the game on your device knows all the stuff that you have in your account. All right, I'm done.
Very nice. All right, and let's see. And we also have they talked about here's a bunch of question answers that people were just asking about certain things like campaigns, adventures, guilds, anytime soon. That's what Gaming Jaeger brought up. Matt gave a flat out no. Other things are being worked on. People talked about the heal spell. They said it has to deal with a battalion unit issue because when you have a battalion, you lose troops.
Yeah.
And when you heal them, does it just more or less the program is having an issue deciding whether are you healing the actual troop, like the ones that are still alive, or are you actually like bringing troops back to
the dead guys too.
Yeah. I think it's having a hard time dealing with that. So of course, yeah, it's a battalion unit issue from what they've said. 2 weeks, we're gonna see some avatars will roll out. #blame Hague, because it's taking forever for him to get the avatars rolled out. They mentioned something really interesting about they had something back in the day called the Preacher, that if you brought him out onto the battlefield and he lasted for 5 seconds, he would actually take enemy troops and bring them over to your side. They said there was a lot of bugs with it. apparently.
I know that was interesting, though. They said it
Yeah.
was very OP.
Yeah.
You know.
So it's very cool, I think, that they even brought it up and mentioned it. So, and then of course the old Titans walking around in circles. They know they're going to try to see about rolling that out. I don't know if it'll be 1.31, 1.32, or if it's going to be something fixed even later than that. Divine Gem Alter changes. They're working on some optimizations for those, so we'll see exactly what that means. And they're also working on Circle Select, but it's not going to be in the next release. But
yeah, and they also said it's not going to be exactly like what it was.
Yes.
It'll be similar but different.
Yeah, due to the fact that it may run into some issues with Select All, which may or may not be staying or being modified. So we'll see exactly what happens. So,
yeah.
All right. And that's pretty much it. They said the event tomorrow should be between 2 and 3 p.m. GMT, so it sounds like it's going to be roughly about, 9, 10 a.m. Eastern. So that's what we're looking at. So I should be back again with a live stream again tomorrow for the event start. So look forward to that.
Do another 10-hour live stream?
No, it's only for Conquest, Bo. It's only for Conquest.
That's good because my food budget's running low this week. So.
Yeah, I'm sure. Sure. Yeah, no, only for Conquest. But I don't think there's anything else. So, of course, thanks DOT community for tuning in to the DOT After Show. And anything else to say, Bo?
No, I think you covered everything, man.
All right, cool. And make sure that you submit your design a relic drawings on Facebook. That's where they seem to be doing
all. Like button is free. It costs 0 gems to hit that like button.
That's true too. Thank you, Bo. It always helps. So, all right, DOT community. So for this week's after show for the non-toxic gamers, I am Zalon,
and I am Bo,
and we are signing off.